This is as much a display as it can do. And by the way, yeah. Hey guys, check it out. Yes, I got the Gundam Deathscythe. Actually, I didn't buy it. This was a birthday gift from my little sister, and man, I'm really happy about it. Now, remember, this is an old kit from 2011. This will be my first of the old kits that, is not 2.0 or anything that's being upgraded. So that is gonna be pretty interesting. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I know about the big controversy of when I remember, because I was a kid when this design came out and a bunch of religious groups were like against it. Not back in 2011, back when we have the high grade and the high grade 1/100 scale when the first came out, which was actually pretty crazy. But yeah, I am really darn excited about it. And the thing is that I actually got something else, because it's not just, I know there's gonna be problems with this kit, but I already came ready to negate that. So let me show you what I got, because I'm pretty sure you guys are really gonna like it. Boom. The effect wings. Metal frame for Deathscythe. Yes, this one is for Deathscythe. As soon as my sister was like, I ordered it, I went to US Gundam store and I went and bought it. They actually have all of them already in stock and ready to ship. I actually got it before I got the Gundam, which was pretty nice. But yeah, there is the metal frame, so I'll be going over both things. Obviously, I'm gonna be reviewing it with the metal frame on it, because quite simply, getting rid of parts, putting a gun plug together and then removing everything to install the newer parts is a pain in the butt. But we'll see how this goes. I'm really excited for it. So let me give you guys a good look at the boxes, then we'll open them up and we'll continue from there. Okay guys, so here's the box. I gotta say, the artwork on it is beautiful. I really love the artwork that they did for it. It's just awesome, because you have the moons, you have the bats, you have the Gundam there doing a pose, which is nice. So you can see the side of the box, and let me focus in here. As you guys can see there, we got the Gundam from the front and the back, showing us the gimmick, of course, the gimmick of the wings actually folding open, because these wings can actually, cover the whole Gundam, which is cool. You got here, back in the day, the big feature was that the wrist can move, which up and down, which is, one of those that is pretty standard now. And of course, as you guys can see here, we got, hey, new knee articulation at the time. You get Duo, you get the Scythe, of course, you get Duo as a pilot, and you get the decals, the marking decals, which is pretty nice. On the side here, of course, you got Gundam Deathscythe Hell Mobile Suit XXXG01D2 there, with a close-up image of Deathscythe's face, which I've always liked that face. I mean, the design of this Gundam has always been pretty awesome. And of course, here on this side, we got some information telling us, well, the action base, showing us, hey, this is how the Rosette became the Hell, and of course, the story of Endless Wolves, and of course, the big teaser, which I already have Wing Zero. I just need Heavy Iron, Sandrock, and freaking Nakatu, the ones that are premium Bandai exclusives, but who knows, maybe I'll be able to get my hands on them pretty soon, and on something else. Now, the other side of the box, of course, is the same, but my box, as you guys can see here, got a little bit of damage here. Nothing really crazy, because normally what I do with these spines is that I cut them here, so I'm only left with the big design here, and that's why I like to keep of these old boxes. But that's pretty much it for the box. Let's check out the box for the effect wings. Okay, so this is the box for the effect wings. Inner metal frame for Gundam Deathscythe, which is such a pretty nice box because it's pretty much the same as the one from Wing Zero and a little bit similar to the Master Grade Snow White surfing binders, with the surfing binder box being a little bit a lighter blue, a lighter shade, as you guys can see here. Endless Waltz, and sadly this kind of scared me because as you guys can see here, Master Grade EW, and doesn't say anything else that you can read, right? And you look at the box and you're like, oh, inner metal frame, and then you go over here and it goes inner metal frame, the same thing over and over again. You're like, man, how do I know that this is for freaking Deathscythe, right? You don't really, all the sides are the same, they all say the same. You're like, where is it? So you look at the back here, as you guys can see, and you can see that, oh wait, it's just an metal frame. It doesn't say it's for Deathscythe. Yeah, this doesn't tell you it's for Deathscythe. Well, it does in Chinese or Japanese, whatever that text is, but it does not. Like, I got it and I was like, is this for Deathscythe or not? No. What gives it away that it's for Deathscythe is on the inside. So if all these are like this, I wouldn't be surprised if some people have gotten the wrong thing, but it's US Gundam store, so they know what they're doing. So yeah, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, I'm gonna open this up first because it's the smallest one, of course, and I'm pretty sure this, you guys have seen a bunch of unboxing of Deathscythe already, and you guys probably just want to see what's in here. So let's go. Let's open it up. Okay, now is it for Deathscythe? Well, according to the instructions, it looks like Deathscythe instructions from the looks of it here. But is it the Hell ones? That's what we have to take a look at. And don't worry, I'll give you guys a better look at these. It looks to, yeah, it looks to be correct. Okay, so that's good. So yeah, we know it's for him. It's for him. And here are all the parts. Man, this bag's pretty heavy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, these is where all the metal parts are. This one is the one where all the plastic ones are. Okay, so let's actually open these up. A bag for many other bags. Holy cow. Wow. I was not expecting them to be that much. But look at that. These are all the parts. Even the bottom, the feet get turned into metal. That's cool. I don't remember Wayne Zero had that. Sorry about the cut there. I had to pick the loudest day. So as you guys can see, everything is labeled. And the thing is, I was gonna open them right now, but I'm not gonna build it right now. In real life, not in the video, of course. So I'm gonna keep everything sealed because unlike the Wayne Zero one, which had pretty much everything set on a little plastic bag, well, not in a plastic bag, but you know, everything was laid out properly. This one is just those little plastic bags, and I honestly don't want to take them off and then not know what to do. So I'll open them when I'm building it, obviously, depending on the part we need. So it's still good that they're labeled, but I wish they would have done it like they did with the ones for Wayne Zero, which was so freaking easy because everything was laid out on the plastic and you just took what you needed. So it's interesting that they did like this. I am gonna open these ones here. as you guys can see here, got quite a few parts, and I just opened this and it was already dirty. Let me make sure that this is in focus so you guys can see it correctly. But yeah, this is pretty much all the extra plastic parts that you're gonna be getting in there, and that is good because if you guys remember the one I did for the one for Wayne Zero, you guys know that I did have to break some parts of the original kit because they just were not, you know, they were just not coming off. Here's, you can see parts for the V-Thing, which is interesting that these yellow parts are plastic. I thought they would be metal because the other part of the V-Thing is, but no, these are actually plastic. Here's the other one, and I think this is the other one for the other knee. So yeah, so it's nice that, you know, they packaged it a bit. I still think the way they did the ones for Wayne Zero was just the best one in my opinion, because if all the other ones for the Gundam Wing Gundams are like this, then it's a little bit disappointing. I just think that with Wayne Zero they just went the extra mile there and they didn't go with this one. So let's go and check out the instruction manual. So let's open this bad boy up. It's the first time I'm opening it, so. Woo-wee! Everything is in there from the looks of it. Oh man. Ooh, the first thing they showed you is Deathscythe, of course. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. The bat wings, holy cow, they're bigger than if I would be in. The black that they use for them is actually pretty nice. That's a really nice looking black. Still following the feet. As you can see there. Oh yeah, so here are the decals, as you guys can see there. If I remember correctly, they're dry transfer, some of them. Or I think all of them. Here you can see the V-Thing, which we won't be using because we got a new one, of course. Here's the side skirts. The back of the head, the front of the head. The other part of the wings, which look good. And the back skirt, of course. Well, the back or the back of the wings. Parts of the inner frame. Another part here. More parts. These are V2s. Yeah, so these are the darker gray parts. Some more parts for the body. Yeah, that's the chest part right there on the back. Shoulder pad. Legs. These are frame parts. Remember that a lot of these frame parts we won't be using them because without getting a metal frame for it. So these are, a lot of these are gonna be set to the wayside, honestly, and I'm not complaining about that. I like how, you know, I saw the instructions for the metal frame and there's so much stuff that you do, and man, that's, I would love to build it and then go ahead and disassemble it and build it with the metal frame, but honestly, last time I did that was horrible. So I recommend just, if you're gonna get one of these old kits, I recommend this. Get the old kit. Don't mess with it until you get the metal frame, and when you get the metal frame, then build it. And here are the red and white parts, which to be like the only ones it has. There we go, and here's the instruction manual for it, which we'll be going over it right now. Oh guys, with instruction manuals in hands, it's time to start to get to building this. This looks like it's gonna be a project, obviously, but at least from what I'm seeing here, yes, the manual that came in the effect wings box is the one we're gonna be using. From the looks of it, that's the one that's gonna be guiding us through the whole build. Okay guys, let's check out the leg articulation. As you guys can see with the splits, well, it can do pretty much all of them. As you guys can see, and that inner metal frame feels really darn good. As you guys can see here, boom, look at that, that looks great. Now, one thing that I don't like that it looks to be a problem because of the metal is this. See how the feet, the toes actually still go down, though they don't stay up. I did check if I used the correct piece, and it looks like I did. So yeah, old kit, still a few problems there, but as you guys can see, left and right for it feels really darn good and solid. I think you guys can hear it. And the actual leg themselves, if you kick one of them up, of course, look at that. Ooh, look at that. That looks beautiful. That feels good. It feels solid, no problem. And of course, so the skirt part is gonna fall because hey, it's an old kit. I do like how the metal is exposed. Even if this kit wasn't made for that, it still looks pretty good how the metal shines through in some of the areas. Looks great, especially on the feet. And I went with the fully metal feet on the bottom because I think, hey, if you get metal parts, you have to show them, you know. And this kit is not like Wayne Zero, which has the little holes where you can see the metal through when you install his metal frame for effect wings. But with this one, it actually looks pretty darn good, and like I said, it is damn solid. So that the legs are a 10 out of 10. Okay guys, so this is the arm articulation. So you guys can see here, you can go up that much. Remember that this part here is gonna get in the way, and of course you can pull it down. Now when it comes to the actual articulation here, so you guys can see that's as much elbow articulation as we're gonna get for this guy, but still pretty good. And the thing is, since it has the inner metal frame, it's actually very solid. And let's check out those butterfly joints. As you guys can see here, boom, pretty far actually, pretty far, pretty good. But as you guys can see there, you guys can see how the actual plastic part actually does move for the shoulder. So if you try to keep pushing it, it's just gonna slide out. But still, this is pretty darn good. I'm pretty darn impressed by it. So the heck here, I'm not really impressed by it. It's pretty normal what you're seeing here, you know, down, up, You know, you can do the chicken bob, left and right are pretty good, you know, as long as you don't hit this part here. But other than that, it's just pretty normal articulation for the head, nothing impressive. So the wings, as you guys can see here, if you take the wings and you just spread them out, then you're gonna have all the articulation, the full range here, so you guys can see here. So you're gonna be able to do the cloak, of course, which is pretty nice. You can also kind of move them a little bit around as well, so that is very interesting. So the wings are pretty good. I do say I wish they were a little bit solid, and I wish the metal frame kit that came with something for them to make them a little bit stronger. But hey, I haven't had any problem with this until now. Okay guys, it's finally done, and I gotta say he looks way better than I thought it was gonna be. Whew, this thing has, you know, really impressed me. It does have some good articulation. Obviously it's limited to what it was limited back then, but adding that inner metal frame just makes this feel so much better. It feels like a freaking metal build. It feels just the same as Wayne Zero. The only thing is that I wish the wings did have a little bit more strength to them. Obviously no metal parts for them. I wish they would have added at least a few parts there just to make it a little bit heavier and sturdier there, but other than that, this guy is pretty darn cool. Now I didn't put any decals on it because the ones that it came with, I didn't really like them, and it kind of didn't really fit it. I was like, this is a stealth unit, you know, it's more stealth than anything. I thought it was, you know, gonna have some nicer decals, honestly, and it's not because they're dry transfer or anything like that. If you guys know me, I prefer dry transfer over the normal ones, over water slides. Honestly, I've never had a problem with dry transfers. Water slides have given me all types of problems, and yes, I do have the liquids and everything, and it turns out good, but not as good as dry transfer. But yeah, gotta say, this build was pretty darn nice. Some frustrating parts, of course, especially when it comes to a metal frame. Always look at the metal frame instructions. Every time they show you a part that is blue, it means that is used one of the plastic parts that the kit came with. When it doesn't show you anything, no blue, no red, then you can use the part that came, the original part that came with Deathscythe. But if it's blue or red, red means hey, metal part, blue means hey, use the part that we use, because you're gonna have some problems, and trust me, my thumbs pay for it dearly, and well, my fingers as well. I actually got a little bit of a nick with my nippers, which is never fun, but nothing bad happened, you know. I disinfected that shit and all that stuff, so that's good. But yeah, really happy with this kit, really happy how it turned out. So let's go and check out some poses with it, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts, which I don't think they're gonna change as much as what I'm saying to you right now, but we'll see what happens. So let's go. Okay, guys, final thoughts here. I gotta say, this was an interesting build. Obviously, I say it was a little bit messier than the one with Wayne Zero. And the thing being that obviously you have to keep an eye out because, hey, the instruction manual tells you, hey, red parts are the metal parts, blue parts are the included plastic parts that we gave you, and the ones that don't have anything, which is just the black text, is the parts of the original kit. That was a little bit confusing, especially since not everything was laid out as perfectly as it was for Wayne Zero. With Wayne Zero, everything was so nicely laid out. I think they cheaped out with the little plastic bags doing that, and that kind of throws you off because, hey, I actually paid more for this metal frame that I did for the one with Wayne Zero, and the one with Wayne Zero came with more parts. And that's another thing, another complaint that I have about it, that Wayne Zero did come with metal replacement parts for the actual shoulders, for the chest. So I don't know why this one didn't come with anything like that for Deathscythe. It would have been nice, to have some, another armor armor part that you can actually see in diecast would have been pretty nice. But it does do what it should do. It makes the kit stronger, it feels better, it feels a lot more premium. The only thing is that this kit is not really gonna show it off, or any of the Deathscythe kits, because quite simply, well, Bandai didn't make it that way. They didn't make it in a way to show off a lot of the exposed frame like Wayne Zero has. Wayne Zero has a lot of areas that can show off different parts here and there of the inner metal frame, but Deathscythe does not have that. So you get glimpses of the frame here and there, mostly on the legs, which looks good. Now the other thing is that the metal frame does make it stronger and it feels way better, but it does not enhance the articulation, meaning that you're gonna get the same amount of articulation you're gonna get from the original kit because of the old armor parts. Because this kit, those were the big complaints about these Gundam Wayne kits when they came out, was that the articulation wasn't that great. And when you compare it to something like this Wayne Zero Verka, well, that's when you start seeing that, oh man, I can't do a lot of poses that I want to do, or a lot of them don't look the right way because I can't turn the arm this way, I can't do that. Yeah, that's what's going on. And they should have included a replacement metal wrist part for it. I wish they would have included that, because that would have made it so the wrist could move a lot easier, way better. And I also think they should have included something for the scythe. I think they should have giving us a replacement scythe, which let us use the front and the back of it, because the problem with the scythe is that, yeah, it looks good, but the only position you can have it with the hands actually being able to attach so it doesn't fall and he grips it really good is from the front. Now I know what you're gonna say, Zero, you can fix that buying some metal manipulators, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct about that, and I should have went and gotten some. But I just wish the kit did come with that. I think it would have, added a little bit more to it. The other thing is on the wings. I wish they would have included some metal parts for it. I know it would have made it heavier, but I think it would made it feel a lot more premium and a lot better. Honestly, I do think about that. But other than that, it was a fun build. I don't like the nut marks because that just depends on the plastic. There's plastic that you don't really see it, and there's other plastic that you do. But other than that, man, this is a really cool kit to own, especially with the inner metal framing and everything. So yeah, my complaints are pretty much the other complaints that other people have had with this kit, but now with the inner metal frame, it just feels good. The other thing, which is not a problem with the inner metal frame, is actually the kit itself. That there's a few side skirt parts that for some reason the back skirts, they didn't make them strong enough. They just pop off way too easy. Same goes for the hands. Same goes for the little gray parts on the front of the skirt. Also, the shields on the forearms also have that problem. So it's one of those things that is because it's an old kit, it just has some problems with that. But other than that, and I love it. I love having both of them together. It's really awesome having two of them finally, and hopefully I can knock out the other three, you know. But sadly, those three are the most expensive ones because, hey, I think the cheapest I've seen Sandrock is 120, Heavy Arms is almost always 200, and the Nakatu is also 200 around. Well, I saw one last night for 150, but yeah, I would love to get my hands on them, honestly, get my hands on all of them. But I do, like I said before earlier in the video, if you're gonna buy one of these kits, buy the inner metal frame kit, buy that, and don't mess with the kit until you get that. Trust me, it's gonna be way worth the wait, you know, because you're gonna build this, because this is the same thing that happened to me with Wayne Zero. I built Wayne Zero, I was happy with it. Remember, at the time we didn't know we were gonna get a inner metal frame for it, and then we got the inner metal frame, and then it was hell to get everything off to be able to install the metal frame. And you know, and with this guy, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad when you just straight up build it with the metal frame already there, and you're already, you know, swapping out the parts and all that. So it's great. So I do hope they do make a metal frame for the Toge's 3. That would be so badass. But yeah, we'll see what happens, you know. Like I said, I pretty much only spent 45 bucks here because my little sister gave me Deathscythe as a birthday gift, but the inner metal frame was 45. So we'll see what happens. If I do get any of the other kits, hopefully if I'm able to get them, I'll definitely have videos and review of them. But just mind you that don't expect it to be next month or something like that. Yeah, expect it to be, because those are expensive, and I'm not, you know, I wouldn't ask a family member to get me one of those. Would love to get those on my own. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. And I know this isn't the review you guys wanted to see. We all wanted Skull Knight, but hey, it got delayed to Turkey Day. We'll see if that happens. I think it's gonna get delayed again. So see you guys next time.